Defining discrete math is a little tricky. Unlike the fields you're probably used to, it isn't focused on a specific topic, like polynomials in algebra, or a specific question, like how fast is something changing in calculus. Discrete math is focused on a specific type of variable, one that can only have at most a discrete number of values. Now, this is in contrast to the continuous variables you're used to from algebra and calculus that can take on every possible number within a given range. All right, so what really makes discrete math unique is that there are multiple very different fields that fit into this definition despite otherwise being radically different from each other. For example, graph theory is a branch of discrete math because it focuses on the ways that a finite number of vertices can be connected with a finite number of edges, something that's important in fields like sociology, where you're thinking about the connections within a tribe or maybe an extended family, or in network design, where you're looking at connections between computers and looking for things like what's called a single point of failure. Now, on the other hand, the set of all integers, the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., and their negatives, is also a discrete set. So number theory, which is the study of the integers, also fits into the discrete math fold, where it's studied, not just as a mathematical subject in its own right, but also for its applications to things like cryptography. All right, so I could go on with more examples, right? Sequences, set theory, combinatorics, and obviously that's a lot of content. Too much to really go into in detail at the time we usually have, for a regular college length class. And that's standard for a discrete math class. Discrete math classes are usually structured as what's called a survey class, where every topic is covered just at an introductory level before moving on to the next one. And the pedagogical goal here is to give students, usually computer science students, an introduction to topics that they'll need in future computer science courses. That way, when they get to those classes, they don't have to do these weird tangents into covering math topics just so they can circle back around and talk about the computer science stuff that the class is really supposed to be focused on. So finally, from a pedagogical perspective, again, discrete math classes are often used as introduction to mathematical proofs classes. And for a lot of students, this is their first introduction to classes that have a theoretical approach rather than being focused purely on calculations and mechanics. Now, this is an important component of this kind of class, since it prepares students, computer science students in particular, for future theoretical computer science classes. So if you're taking this class, you should definitely not skip over those parts. All right, over the course of this class, we're going to touch on all of these topics. So my name is Gregory Allen, and welcome to Discrete Math.